Hey there, everybody. Happy Sunday morning to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Leah Pizzetti. Let's take a look at your headlines. Of course, we're continuing to watch the wildfires in eastern Washington. We're seeing it bubble up around Chelan, around Spokane as well. So be sure to check the King 5 website for the very latest information. These are ever-changing situations on those evacuation areas, where the fire is, how much they're spreading. But unfortunately, Saturday was a bad day for fires. So we're watching those. And we're watching where the smoke is heading for those fires. A lot of it is staying in eastern Washington right now, but that is going to change as we move forward, moving into western Washington. Plus, on top of that, it goes hand in hand. We're looking at a warm-up heading into this week, a significant warm-up back into the 80s and the 90s. So those are the big headlines that we are watching on this Sunday. Temperatures are going to slowly climb up the next couple of days. So for your Sunday, it's actually not looking too bad out there. We do have a little bit of cloud cover and some light sprinkles that are moving through the region, mostly around the Snohomish County convergent zone. So taking a look at that satellite and radar imagery, you see some of those light showers bubbling up. Closer look at Snohomish County. It is so light in nature, and it is mostly around Snohomish County. As we look forward at those rain chances, though, we do have a couple light sprinkles that are possible during the day on Sunday. This is Sunday morning. It looks like the best chance is going to be farther to the north, but anybody has the chance of an isolated shower. That continues during the day. By Sunday at 5 p.m. here, you're seeing those showers continue to roll on through, maybe some passing through South Sound, and then will dry out by later on tonight and into Monday, with that dry, warm weather continuing. All right, let's talk about that smoke. So you can see western Washington, western Oregon are definitely seeing the better air quality. We're keeping the smoke off to the east. That's where those fires are burning in both states. So most of the smoke is staying isolated to the east. The worst of the smoke is always going to be immediately adjacent to those fires. So you see there on the south side of Lake Chelan, we're seeing some of the worst of it. Spokane as well, we're watching some of that. As we move into Monday, we're going to watch the air quality worsen. Unfortunately, it does look like smoke is going to start to move into western Washington as early as Monday. Air quality alerts right now are just for central and eastern Washington. You see those gray areas, but that absolutely could change as we move forward, and we will continue to stay on top of that. So far, no big changes, but we'll watch it. Let's take a look at where those fires are. You see all those fire icons, and you see that smoke is worst closest to the fires. But as we move into this evening, really Sunday evening, we'll start to see a pattern shift. So as early as Sunday evening and Sunday night, we could get a little bit of that haze moving into definitely central and into western Washington as well. Now we'll take a step forward into Monday. It's rotating through, so we could see some smoke that comes and goes on Monday. It does look like into midweek, it's going to be the worst of it. So here we are on Tuesday, that pattern shift. We're switching from cool, fresh air from the Pacific to a flow where we see air moving from the east to the west. That is what's bringing that smoke from eastern Washington into western Washington. So as early as Tuesday is when we're going to see really the worst of it, and that likely could continue into the next couple of days. As far as temperatures are concerned, today, Sunday, is the coolest day. Temperatures will be into the low 70s. That's cooler than normal for this time of the year. Then we head into Monday. Temperatures starting to really warm up, but that just gets us back to normal for this time of the year. Tuesday is when we're jumping to above average conditions, and it looks like Wednesday and Thursday are the warmest days of the week. Highs will be around 90 degrees. I mean, we could see some 90s, especially around to the south, as early as Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday is when we look like we're really going to lock those 90s in. Of course, it is Seafair weekend. I know the Blue Angels show cancellation on Saturday was definitely a bummer. That was because of wind. As of Saturday, the Blue Angels did say they do expect to fly on Sunday, so hopefully that does come to fruition. But taking a look at your Seafair Sunday, it's definitely a little bit cooler. Typical Washington, the heat arrives after the holiday weekend when everyone is out on the water, but it'll be partly cloudy. We will have a little bit of some winds picking up. Gusts could get up to 20, maybe 25 miles per hour this afternoon. The worst of it is going to be off to the east. So I'm not going to call it for the Blue Angels. That's not my responsibility, but it will be a little bit breezy. So here, this is Sunday morning, but let's watch it into Sunday. This is 3:30. This is right when the Blue Angels are flying. Yeah, we do have some gusts around the region up to about 20, even in some spots getting closer to 25 miles per hour. So we'll keep an eye on that. But look off to the east. That's where we're going to see some of the worst of it, especially that enhances into our later evening hours on the eastern slopes of the Cascades. that is a fire's worst nightmare. So not a good thing to see for those pre-existing fires off to the east. That'll be Sunday evening. Overnight tonight, though, that wind will start to calm down. Highs for your Sunday on the cooler side, like I said, 60s into the low 70s. Very few spots actually hitting the 70-degree marker, so it's definitely cooler out there. But the warm-up starts on Monday. Here's a look at your Monday highs. 70s with a few low 80s starting to introduce into the equation. So a little bit warmer on Monday, a lot warmer Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That is when we're going to watch those hazy skies, that smoke pushing from the east to the west. We'll watch those warm temperatures to the 90s, and it's definitely going to be something that we're keeping an eye on. So for now, enjoy the fresh, cool air from the Pacific while you can. Open up those windows, let that fresh air into the house, get that natural air conditioning, because into this week, we're really going to need to crank that air conditioning up. That is an extended look at your forecast. I'm King 5 meteorologist. Thanks for sticking with me. Of course, the King 5 weather team will continue to stay on top of this.